The Cartoon Network gives you tunes day and night, but you still want more.
Give me more!
All right, how about a 3-hour super chunk of one great Toon star every Sunday? It's Super Chunk, and it's only on the Cartoon Network. So if you're not getting us, call your cable operator. Feed your Toon hunger. The Cartoon Network gives you great cartoons all day, every day, but you're still hungry for more.
Give me more!
All right, you cartoon hogs, feast on this. 3 hours every Sunday afternoon for a super chunk of one of your favorite Toon stars, like Johnny Quest.
Give me more!
Or Godzilla.
Give me more!
Oh, you little piggy.
Super Chunk!
3 straight hours, one great Toon star. It's Super Chunk. Sundays at 4 on the only network that can feed your Toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
The Cartoon Network gives you tunes day and night, but you still want more.
Give me more!
All right, you cartoon hogs. How about a 3-hour super chunk of one great Toon star every Sunday? It's Super Chunk. Sundays at 4, only on the Cartoon Network. Hey, Toon hogs. Hungry for a brand new Super Chunk t-shirt?
Super Chunk!
Just watch Super Chunk on Saturdays and you can win a Super Chunk t-shirt from the big boy himself. Super Chunk. Saturday beginning at 4, only on
Cartoon Network.
Hey, Toon hogs, are you feeling satisfied?
Give me more!
If not, maybe a Super Chunk t-shirt will satisfy your Toon hunger. There are 10 to win if you can answer this week's Super Chunk question. What are the 5 powers of the Planeteers that must combine to call Captain Planet? Put your answer, name, and address on a postcard and send it to Super Chunk Competition, Cartoon Network, P.O. Box 7610, Atlanta, Georgia 30357. Good luck from the only network that can feed your Toon hunger.
Cartoon Network. Give me more!
Hey, all you little piggies, want to request a super chunk of your favorite tune? Got a question about it we can answer on a future show? Tell us! Just send in a postcard with your name and address to Super Chunk, Cartoon Network, P.O. Box 7610, Atlanta, Georgia 30357. Write us as often as you like. Super Chunk's mailbox is extra large.
Super Chunk!
On the only network that can feed your Toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Porky, he's a pig. And what can pigs do? Lie around in the mud, eat slop, and squeal like a, well, you know. What can Porky do? Fly without a plane and fry an egg while taking 10 minutes to stammer out a sentence.
What you said?
He's the perfect star for the next Super Chunk because it's all about being a little piggy. Don't miss the 3-hour Porky Super Chunk.
Give me more!
Sponsored by Airheads. Don't think the same thoughts today that you thought yesterday. Use your heads.
Super Chunk!
Saturday at 4, only on
Cartoon Network.
Popeye. He can sustain a 60-mile-an-hour blow from Bluto. Down spinach without a can opener. But is he man enough to handle a 3-hour super chunk?
Super Chunk!
Find out Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your Toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
For 3 years, Cartoon Network has been flooded with distress calls demanding the Super Friends. Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Batman and Robin, and the Wonder Twins. And after that many calls, it's only fair that we give you an extra 3 hours of those popular superheroes. Because you asked for it and they have the stamina. It's a super chunk of the Super Friends. Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your superhero hunger.
Cartoon Network.
During the next 3-hour super chunk, Speed Racer and his powerful Mach 5 are zooming into your living room. Better batten down the Barca Lounger.
Super Chunk.
Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your Toon hunger.
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
How about a big old hunk of hunk? A 3-hour super chunk of Huckleberry Hound, that is. Super Chunk, Sunday at 4 on the only network that can feed your Toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
He's unstoppable, and so is his bodyguard. It's a 3-hour super chunk of the ultimate adventurer, Johnny Quest. Super Chunk, Sunday at 4 on the only network that can feed your Toon hunger.
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
Get along, little doggies. Big dog plus little dog equals a super chunk of 2 stupid dogs. Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your Toon hunger.
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
It's a super chunk of SWAT Cats. 3 straight hours with T-Bone and Razor. Saturday at 4 on Super Chunk. Now at a brand new day and time. Only on
Cartoon Network.
The Centurions, mighty warriors who fuse with powerful machines to conquer evil and protect the planet. You think they have time in their busy schedule to star in a 3-hour Super Chunk? You betcha!
Super Chunk!
Next Saturday at 4, only on
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
Godzilla, Godzilla, Godzilla.
And Godzuki! It's a 3-hour super chunk of Godzilla. Saturday, beginning at 4, on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Today at 4, it's a super chunk of the Fantastic Four. So why are we showing it for 3 hours instead of 4? Because you couldn't handle it. You'll be thanking us. Don't miss the Fantastic Four Super Chunk.
Super Chunk!
Today at 4, only on
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
Check out 3 straight hours of Cartoon Network's newest, bluest superhero, Captain Planet. Saturday at 4 on Super Chunk. Now at a brand new time. Only on
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
Fantastic Max is a space-traveling baby. Rocket into space with a 3-hour super chunk of Fantastic Max. Today at 4 on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
It's a super chunk of the hippest brother trio sings You Know Who. Sorry, fellas, we're talking about Alvin and the Chipmunks. Saturday at 4 on Cartoon Network.
Hey, Jetsons fans, have you ever thought, I wish I could watch 3 hours of that first family of the future? Well, only Cartoon Network's bringing you a mini Jetsons marathon that we call Super Chunk. Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your Jetsons hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Are you a fan of Pixie and Dixie? How about 3 solid hours of those adorable Beasts? Well, you've got it! Cartoon Network's giving you so much Pixie and Dixie, even Jinx is satisfied. Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your Meese hunger.
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
Saddle up with that 6-shooting son of a gun. Quick Draw McGraw in a 3-hour super chunk.
Super Chunk!
Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Like a little red picnic basket you helplessly handed over to that big bear in a bow tie? Then check out the next
Super Chunk!
next Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your Jellystone hunger.
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
Up and at 'em with Adam Ant in a 3-hour super chunk.
Super Chunk!
Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
Rock and roll! The bad guys in a 3-hour super chunk jam featuring the Impossibles. Super Chunk. Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
People love miniaturized stuff, like baby carrots, tiny cereal boxes, and Tom and Jerry kids. So keep it here for 3 hours of mini mayhem on the next next Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your cat and mouse hunger.
Cartoon Network.
It's 3 straight hours of that dynamic doggy duo, Droopy and Triple. Saturday at 4 on Super Chunk. Now at a brand new time. Only on
Cartoon Network.
What's up, Doc? Why, it's that squirrely rabbit, Bugs Bunny, in a 3-hour super chunk.
Super Chunk!
Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Are you a Tom and Jerry fan? Wouldn't it be great to watch 3 straight hours of that indestructible cat and mouse duo? Well, only Cartoon Network's got a mini Tom and Jerry marathon that we call
Super Chunk!
Saturday at 4 on the only network that can feed your cat and mouse hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Droopy Dog.
Hello, folks.
Sincere.
I'm the hero.
Reserved.
I'm happy.
Party animal? Yeah, he can do all those good doggy tricks. But during the next super chunk, he's not exactly man's best friend. Grab a muzzle for the wild and unruly Droopy. Bad Dog. Complete and uncut on the next 3-hour super chunk. Next Saturday at 4, only on
Cartoon Network. Super Chunk!
Barney Bear's a great big grizzly who's gotta get his Z's. It's a 3-hour super chunk of Barney Bear. Next Saturday, beginning at 4, on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network. Give me more! Give me more!
The two biggest punchers in Cartoon Network history have gotten together for a 3-hour Tasmania Super Chunk. Next Saturday at 4, only on
Cartoon Network.
Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk.
Super Chunk!
Well, blow me down. It's a 3-hour Super Chunk with that spinach-eating salt of the sea, Popeye. Super Chunk on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk.
Super Chunk!
Put away your honey. It's a 3-hour Super Chunk of Big Bad Grizzly, Barney Bear. Super Chunk on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk.
Super Chunk!
Hey, man, those aren't pinchers, they're antenna, and they're calling for 3 hours of the world's toughest ant. It's a super chunk of Adaman. Next, on the only network that can satisfy your burning need for tunes.
Cartoon Network.
Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk.
Super Chunk!
Two of the most famous foul-ups and their fiendish friends for 3 full hours. It's a dastardly and muttly super chunk. Next, on the only network that can satisfy your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk.
Super Chunk!
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a 3-hour super chunk with those guardians of space, G-Force! Super Chunk on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk.
Super Chunk!
Whoa, Nelly! It's a 3-hour Super Chunk of that Enfant Terrible Fantastic Max. Super Chunk on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Super Chunk, Super Chunk.
Super Chunk!
Check out 3 straight hours of Cartoon Network's newest, bluest superhero, Captain Planet. Super Chunk on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk, Super Chunk.
Super Chunk!
Look out, all you scum. It's a super chunk of teen super spy James Bond Jr. on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Someone stop that pigeon! 2 of the most famous foul-ups and their fiendish friends for 3 full hours. It's a dastardly and muttly super chunk. Sunday at 4 on the only network that can satisfy your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
We've got a 3-hour super chunk of the wildest, craziest, laziest dog of them all, a pup named Scooby-Doo. Sunday at 4 on the only network for Scooby lovers.
Cartoon Network.
Longer than Olive's Beezer, bigger than Pluto's pecs, fuller than a certain sailor's tight little shirt. 3 hours full. It's a super chunk of Popeye. Sunday at 4 on the only network that can satisfy your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Man, what a weird collection of freaks. They make 9-inch nails look boring. It's a super chunk of the impossible. Sunday at 4 on the only network that can satisfy your toon hanker.
Cartoon Network.
This Easter, spend 3 hours of quality egg hunting time with Toon's wackiest rabbit, Bugs. It's a super chunk Easter bonanza of Bugs Bunny. Today at 4 on the only network that can satisfy your long-haired longings.
Cartoon Network.
Daffy Duck is going quackers, and he's on the loose for 3 hours of Ducky Mayhem. It's a super chunk of Daffy Duck. Today at 2 on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
All right, you cartoon hogs, meet your leader. The Cartoon Network has 3 hours of the biggest ham in the business. It's a super chunk of Porky Pig. Sunday at 4 on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
It's time for Western highfalutin and gun shooting, Toon style. It's a 3-hour super chunk of Quick Draw McGraw. Sunday at 4 on the only network brave enough.
Cartoon Network.
Doggy Daddy is the #1 pooch papa, and he's got his paws full with little Augie. It's the super chunk of Doggy Daddy. Sunday at 4 on the only network that can feed your toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Sly, crafty, smooth world traveler seeks undying worship by fans for 3 hours on the Cartoon Network. A super chunk of Hokey Wolf. Sunday at 4 on the only network that can satisfy your holy need for tunes.
Cartoon Network.
Look out, James Bond. This secret agent's got a mole for a sidekick. It's a 3-hour chunk of Secret Squirrel. Sunday at 4 on the only network with a Toon security clearance.
Cartoon Network.
Here a Smurf, there a Smurf, everywhere a Smurf, Smurf. Watch 3 hours of Smurf in action in the Super Chunk of the Smurfs. Friday at 2 on the only net Smurf that can feed your Toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Casper may be a friendly ghost, but the bad guys are scared straight by this invisible cop. It's a Super Chunk of Casper and the Angels. Sunday at 4 on the only network that can feed your Toon hunger.
Cartoon Network.
Hello, Pet Shop. Have you done any more putty tats? I'm all flesh out.
Hey, sweetie, you'll need to order a whole slew of putty tats for your 3-hour Super Chunk.
You bad old peeking tomcat.
It's a Tweety Super Chunk. Next, only on
Cartoon Network.
I'm Dexter, and starring in this Super Chunk, resulting in the greatest duration of true genius you can see on Cartoon Network. Lucky viewer.
Dexter's Super Chunk is next on Cartoon Network.
On the next Super Chunk, it's 3 hours of Bugs Bunny and Friends Groucho Marx, Carmen Miranda, Bing Crosby, the Yankee Doodle Flute Guy, and of course, Liberace. The Bugs Bunny Super Chunk. Today at 4.
On the next Super Chunk, Tom chases a Jerry Mermaid. Ha! Jerry Mermaid? What in the... Oh, Tom was dreaming. I get it. Good stuff. Tom and Jerry Super Chunk. Saturday at 4. On the next Super Chunk, it's 3 hours of... I'm into it. The Hillbilly Bears Super Chunk. Next Saturday at 4 on Cartoon Network.
Some say that Quick Draw McGraw's guitar was out of tune from kabanging all those bad guys on the head. I'm thinking it was because he strummed it with a hoof. Sing along with the Quick Draw McGraw's Super Chunk. Saturday at 4 on Cartoon Network.
On the next Super Chunk, it's 2 stupid dogs. It's more like 2 stray dogs. You know, I've never seen a collar or a leash on either of those guys. I just hope they've had their shots. Watch a 2 stupid dogs Super Chunk. Today at 4 on Cartoon Network.
On the next Super Chunk, watch Yogi try to steal picnic baskets and then ponder this question. If that were your picnic basket, would it still be funny? It sure would. The Yogi Bear Super Chunk, Saturday at 4.
Cow, chicken, weenie balls, pork butts. Boy, this next Super Chunk's got a lot of meat on it. A 3-hour cow and chicken Super Chunk. Saturday at 4 on Cartoon Network.
3 hours. 3 hours of impeded speech. 3 hours of pure, unadulterated pig antics. 3 hours of Porky on Super Chunk. Saturday at 4.
On the next Super Chunk, things get a little crazy. And if you don't watch someday, you'll think, man, I really should have watched that time things got a little crazy. What a shame. Droopy Super Chunk. Saturday at 4 on Cartoon Network.
On the next Super Chunk, Batman kicks butt and takes names. Of course, he really never takes any names, but the butt-kicking part, that part is totally true. The Batman Super Chunk, Saturday at 4.
Man, when I was 14, I was playing with action figures. This kid is playing with evil and winning. What does that say? Watch the real adventures of Johnny Quest Super Chunk, Saturday on Cartoon Network.
On the next Super Chunk, the Super Friends spend their Saturday afternoon foiling the plots of evil geniuses. That's usually about the time I'm mow the lawn. Super Friends, Super Chunk, next Saturday at 4.
If a train leaves the station at 10 a.m. and travels southwest at 75 miles per hour, how long will it take before that train runs into Wile E. Coyote? Catch the Roadrunner Coyote Super Chunk. Today at 4 on Cartoon Network.
On the next Super Chunk, he smokes a pipe, has a tattoo, gets in a lot of fights, and talks like a sailor.
Who says I can?
On the bright side, he does eat his vegetables. The Popeye Super Chunk, Saturday at 4 on Cartoon Network.
Daffy Duck is the star of his own 3-hour Super Chunk, but there will be co-stars Elmer Fudd, Bugs Bunny, Marvin Martian, this big construction guy. Good luck, Daffy. The Daffy Duck Super Chunk, next Saturday at 4.
Some people might think George Jetson is a slacker. I mean, after all, he only works 3 days a week, and all he does is push buttons on a computer. He thinks getting home at 3 p.m. is a long day.
And after he's home, he has a robot that does everything for him. He's not going to be happy when he learns he's working this weekend. The Jetson Super Chunk, Saturday at 4.
Sylvester's recipe for bird pancakes calls for 1 4-ounce bird, and that's about as far as he's gone with that one. Catch the Tweety Sylvester Super Chunk, Saturday at 4 on Cartoon Network. How do Josie and the Pussycats spend their free time? Finding new organ players? No. Racing camels? No. Busting bad guys in 3-hour super chunks? Yes. The Josie and the Pussycat Super Chunk. Saturday at 4. On the next Super Chunk, it's Tom and Jerry. Only littler and funnier. The way only little versions of bigger things can be. The Tom and Jerry Kids Super Chunk. Today at 4 on Cartoon Network.
Foghorn Leghorn, Renaissance rooster. To hens, he's a guardian. To dogs, an annoyance. To chicken hawks, he's dinner.
Foghorn Leghorn Super Chunk, Saturday at 4 on Cartoon Network.
Who's the ghost with the most? Beetlejuice, and he's got his own Super Chunk. That's 3 hours of the dead guy. Well, don't worry, he's not dead. He's just living challenged. Catch the Beetlejuice Super Chunk, Saturday on Cartoon Network.
In Wacky Land, it'll take more than a pen pal or the Rolling Stones to impress someone who's seen everything like Babs.
It'll take something like that.
A 3-hour Tiny Toon Super Chunk, today at 4 on Cartoon Network.